To get us off on this day, we've got Croatia versus Egypt. And first to take to the floor will be Croatia. And coming in wearing number 7, Stefan Pezic. Coming in at 8, Nikola Petrovic. And at number 9, Vladimir Demirovic. And steady at them, Ante Dimac.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sun City, South Africa. It's day 2 of the inaugural IWBF 3x3 World Championships as the group phase, the pool stage, concludes here this morning as Pool A and Pool B will reach its conclusion. Our first game this morning pits Croatia against Egypt in Pool A. Egypt currently 3-0 and Croatia 2-1 as the undefeated Egyptians here onto the floor. Tuba Nagdi, Mohamed Abdelaziz, Ashraf Anmar and Magdi Abbas. For Croatia, who were introduced just a second ago, Stepan Pesic, Nikola Bistrovic, Ademir Demirovic and Ante Stimac. There are the Egyptian team, so far undefeated here in South Africa.
Give it up for Egypt! And now for the coin toss.
We will have the coin toss to determine who will start this game. And just before the game starts, we have Pool A and Pool B to conclude here today. Egypt 3-0 in Pool A, United Arab Emirates 3-1, Croatia 2-1, Great Britain and Kenya, who will meet in our next game, currently 0-3. In Pool B, Poland, Australia, Slovenia, Malaysia and hosts South Africa comprising Pool B. And at this moment, South Africa are the only team to have played their full fixtures, but 0-4 they have finished. Poland 3-0, Australia 2-1, Slovenia also 2-1, and Malaysia 1-2. Spain top Pool C with a 3-0 record.
It will be
Canada finished second, Austria third, and Portugal 0-3, finishing in fourth. So let's get day 2 underway as Croatia start us off. And here is Ante Stimac. Demirovic just about collects. And Demirovic banks it home. And that's the first score of the game. We extend a warm welcome to everyone watching on the IWBF YouTube channel. Great to have you all on board wherever you are across the world. Let us know who you are supporting, any specific players you're cheering on. Or if you just want to have some general chit-chat about the great sport of wheelchair basketball, it's great to have you all on board nevertheless. As Kenya and Great Britain warming up on the practice courts behind us to wrap up Pool A, as Magdi Abbas will go to the charity stripe. Croatia up 1-0 early doors. Stimac. Stimac still with the ball, 5 to shoot for Croatia. Stimac just about breaks free of Abbas, who stands his ground. Stimac did well to get the shot off, and Demirovic there on the follow. Abbas can't hang on to the ball, and Stimac swipes it away from him. Demirovic does well to collect. And Stimac just needing some help to get up off the wheelchair. Great sportsmanship there between him and the two Egyptian players, Ashraf Anmar and Magdi Abbas. Stimac at the foul line, and the drop is good, and it's kind this morning for Ante Stimac. That's a tough move, tough make and a finish, Mohamed Abdelaziz. High degree of difficulty, and put a lot of muscle with the hustle to get that to drop, and he'll get the bonus as well. 3-2 in favour of Croatia. Egypt, though, with a chance to tie. And Abdelaziz runs rings around the rim and gets it to go. Stimac. Here is Demirovic. Demirovic off the glass. Demirovic, the key component in this Croatia team, the leading scorer in the Division B European Championships last year, a really skilled offensive marksman, the number 9, and he wants the ball, he gets the ball. And he can't make it rain that time. Abbas. Lovely bounce pass inside, and Abdelaziz with the finish. Abdelaziz started slowly for Egypt in the morning sessions on day one, but really came alive as the day progressed, and a really fascinating player to watch. Demirovic fading away and over Abdelaziz, all string. Five to 4 in favour of Croatia. And we have a timeout on the floor here. Of course, following on from this game, it'll be Kenya against Great Britain, the two teams that are so far winless in Pool A, as we have a look at the highlights of what has been going on thus far. Demirovic with the fadeaway there. Had a good start to this game as Ademir Demirovic. Plays his basketball back home for Verbus. Abbas twisting and turning and firing and hitting. Demirovic. And Stimac, and the drop is not kind for Ante Stimac. Ramza. Here is Anmar, and it's rebounded and taken by Croatia. Stimac in no man's land with one to shoot. Demirovic has got to put it up. That's a shot clock violation. But the game continues. Here is Abbas. 4 to shoot for Egypt. And the whistle has gone, and the ball is out of bounds. Here is Stimac. Stimac just straight away goes for it. That's off the back iron. Abdelaziz. And Abdelaziz off the back iron himself with his attempt. We're all tied up at 5, 6:41 to play in this one. Nice interception there from Magdi Abbas. Abdelaziz, again a tough make, but he can't get that to fall. Good defense from Demirovic. Ante Stimac, 5 to shoot for Croatia. Demirovic has to put it up. Here is Abbas. Abbas just goes for it and strings one. String music in Sun City as Ante Stimac roll into the basket. Demirovic is under the hoop. And we're tied at 6. Abdelaziz, lovely pass inside. And the finish is pure from Anmar. Stimac. The ball is loose and it will go out of bounds. 7-6 in favour of Egypt, currently 3-0 in Pool A. Looking to finish as group winners. And we have a timeout here on the floor. It's day 2 of the inaugural IWBF 3x3 World Championships. This 3x3 format extremely exciting, fast-paced. 10-minute games, first to 21, or whoever's leading at the end of the 10-minute game. 12-second shot clocks, as opposed to the traditional 24 seconds you get in the 5-on-5 game. Here is Demirovic getting us back underway, and a shot clock violation as Demirovic's shot happened after the shot clock expired. So Egypt will get the ball. Abdelaziz, Abbas doesn't get the drop, and it's rebounded by Demirovic. Stimac just about collected it and still has the ball. 6 to shoot for Stimac. Lovely ball fake, goes up, doesn't get it. And Anmar with the rebound. Abdelaziz, the 2-pointer, and we have ourselves a wedgie. Look at that shot right there. One of the absolute great shots you see right there from our fantastic production team, the local production team here in South Africa, doing a great job in giving you these World Championships here on YouTube. Right shot, right time. So Croatia get us back underway. Here is Stimac. Stimac now a clear lane to the cup, and he'll get it to go. Anmar along the baseline, putting the moves, shoots over Demirovic. That was a tough shot from Ashraf Anmar, and the ball goes out of bounds. Nikola Bistrovic waiting in the wings for Croatia, as is Tuba Nagdi for Egypt. Abbas 4 to shoot, as Anmar doesn't get that one to fall on this occasion. Growing in confidence from the mid-range is the Egypt number 9, Ashraf Anmar. 4 to shoot now for Croatia as Demirovic sets himself a little off balance, and a whistle has gone. At the line, Croatia 2-1 here in Pool A, currently sitting in 3rd position. Of course, the round of 16 begins here today. Stimac to Demirovic. Demirovic composes, puts it up and knocks it down. Abbas, lovely ball fake, and Abbas with the finish. That was pretty. Faked Croatia right out. Pesic. Demirovic high off the glass, but that one too strong. 3:36 to play. Abdelaziz this time, that one's too strong as well. Right now, both teams in a bit of a funk here. Tied at 9, 3:26 to play. Only 3 fouls in total in this contest as Stimac buries the midi. Abbas trying to put Demirovic in a spin cycle, but comes out. 3 to shoot. Abbas with the 2. And that misses everything. And that'll go out of bounds. And we have a timeout on the floor with 3:04 remaining, and it's evenly poised right now. There's a slender lead for Croatia, but anyone's game right now here on day 2. Remember, Egypt undefeated, 3-0 in Pool A, as we see that shot from Stimac a couple of seconds ago. So nice, we see it twice. Of course, following on from this, we will have Great Britain against Kenya. Both teams 0-3 after day 1. And wanting to finish us on a high note as we reach the knockout phase of these 3x3 World Championships. Stimac with the 2. Abdelaziz will answer. 11-10. .244 to play, or 2:46, excuse me, to play. Demirovic was not expecting that from Pesic. Egypt looked to break, but Abdelaziz cannot tie the game. Stimac, Pesic can't get that to go as well, and the frustration on Stepan Pesic's face. He should have made that. Abbas, Abdelaziz, Demirovic does well to get a hand up, and the shot was airballed, and Demirovic now with the ball. And the shot there way off as Egypt will get the ball back. We're in the final 2 minutes here of our penultimate Pool A game, our penultimate group phase game. There's again another turnover, this time for Egypt. Demirovic fading away, misses the one-pointer as the ball goes out of bounds. And there was a shot clock violation anyway, so Egypt will get the ball and a chance to tie the game with 1:36 to play. And Demirovic cannot collect that pass from Ante Stimac, and Ante Stimac immediately takes responsibility for the pass. 1:31 to play, and Egypt again with a chance to tie. Abdelaziz, Anmar, and Anmar fouled. In fact, it's a 3-second violation, my apologies. So Croatia will get the ball. Good spot there from the officials. Our hard-working referees doing a fantastic job here at these 3x3 World Championships. Ante Stimac, here is Demirovic. Off balance, doesn't get the drop on that. 1:10 remaining. Egypt with the ball, trailing by a point. Anmar. Abbas. Goes for glory. Can't get that to go. Abdelaziz on the follow, blocked by Stimac. Anmar collects and puts it in, and we are tied. Final minute, tied at 11. In and out from Demirovic. Egypt can now take the lead on this possession. But that pass wanting, it goes right to Demirovic. Stimac over Anmar. And it's rebounded by Abbas. Adelaziz, 24 seconds. Abbas, Anmar, one hand, baseline, buries it. Egypt have a 12-11 lead. Final seconds, Croatia with the ball. Demirovic puts it in, and a foul. 1.9 to play. A big-time shot by a big-time player. Ademir Demirovic. Now, referees are just checking something here. And no basket has been called. It's a shot clock violation. Oh, that's huge. And look what it means to the Egypt players. So after checking the monitor, the referees saw that Demirovic's shot was after the shot clock had expired. So it stays at 12-11, and it has an Egypt ball. And Egypt will just hold on. What a finish! Egypt have come away with a 12-11 win. What a start! And Egypt will end Pool A 4-0. And it's heartbreak for Croatia, who will finish Pool A with a 2-2 record. What a way to start day two. And it looks like we're not over yet. It looks like it's still red ball. Well, there's a little bit of confusion here. The scoreboard still says 11-all. Well, apparently it seems like we've got overtime. Well, I'm as confused. Well, we've got overtime here. We're going to get some clarification on what's going on here, but either way, it's overtime. We're tied at 11. So this game continues. We will get clarity on what's going on, folks. We are up in the bleachers here. As Egypt get the score, it's 12-11. Stimac has it. And inside, and a foul. So we're now tied at 12. And now a chance for Croatia to now take the lead. Stimac inside, and now a foul again. And that seems to be game. 13-12, Croatia will get the win. Confusion all over the place here. So the Egypt team want a challenge here. Referees have deemed this game to be over. Well, what an incredible start here to day 2. But Croatia have defeated Egypt 13-12, it would seem. And we'll be back in just a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we prepare for the next encounter, a game between the men of Kenya and Great Britain, and introducing first Kenya, as we welcome number 4, Caleb Ortio. Coming in at 5, Italian Timoi. Going closely at 7, Milton Alahuya. And number 14, Robert Kimwato. Give it up for Kenya. Closely following them, Great Britain.
Hello everyone, we welcome you back to Sun City and our second Pool A game between Kenya and Great Britain. Great Britain coming onto the floor here in Sun City. Both teams 0-3 and looking for their first win here in South Africa. And as we continue to get answers as to what happened in the previous game, we will continue on as the show does go on. The two teams are now introduced. Great Britain, of course, Finley Erskine, Ben Leach, Callum Sloan and Finley Tona. For Kenya, Caleb Adio, Itiken Tamoy, Milton Ilahoya and Robert Kimuthu. As mentioned, both teams 0-3 here in Pool A. This is the final game of the group. Of course, we've just seen Croatia defeat Egypt. Egypt suffering their first loss of these 3x3 World Championships. And we are about to get underway here. And Great Britain will get the first possessions.
In 5, 4, 3, 3, play ball.
So GB in blue, Kenya in white. Here is Erskine. Erskine gets his own rebound, doesn't get that. And again, GB getting a number of offensive boards. Can't get the ball to go through the hoop though. And the ball goes out of bounds. Here is Tona. Erskine cutting to the basket. Sloan, though, wide open. Misses the first shot. Doesn't get it to fall. There's Erskine. And a shot clock violation has been called. Ilahoya dumps it off. Kimothu the finish. Beautiful basketball there from Kenya. And Kenya get the first score of the game. Finley Erskine responds immediately. Much to the delight of the travelling Great Britain fans here in Sun City. And the scoreline is now 2-1 in favour of Kenya. Much to the delight of the Kenya fans right behind us. And now Tona going to the cup and the foul. Both teams free scoring here in what has been an exciting first minute. Great Britain and Kenya currently 0-3 in Pool A. Would love to head to the knockout phases with a win under their belts. Kimothu can't hang on. Ball is loose. Tona to Erskine. Erskine with the easy finish. Of course, a number of these Great Britain players representing Scotland in this competition. Ilahoya can't get the drop on the follow. Kimothu, he can't get it either. As Tona will roll the ball out of bounds and Kenya will have the ball. Of course, these two nations will take participation into next year's Commonwealth Games. Of course, these Commonwealth Games will be held in Glasgow, hence why Great Britain are fielding a team representing Scotland in these 3x3 World Championships. Tona on the follow from the miss from Erskine. It does a victory lap and then falls. Kimothu running into a bit of trouble, and Tona says thank you very much. He hits the deck. Ball goes out of bounds. Finley Erskine takes a breather. Ilahoya has the ball. Ilahoya with Kimothu for company. And there'll be free throws for Milton Ilahoya. Here is Leach. Leach to Tonner. And Great Britain right now romping to a 6-2 lead. This will bring a smile to the travelling Great Britain fans' face. That's either out of bounds or a foul. I think a foul was called, yep. And there'll be Great Britain's third foul of this contest. Remember, of course, once you get over 6 fouls, it's free throws for the opposing team. As the miss there from Adio, and that was rebounded by Sloan. Adio looked to get the steal. That was a risky pass from Leach, but it does find Tonner. Tonner short with the 6-footer. Kimothu. Pass to Adio. Great defense from Leach, though, and Adio can't get the shot. Tonner. Here is Leach. 3-second violation on Ben Leach. So after this game, we will have Malaysia against Poland. Poland, certainly one of the standout teams after day one, 3-0, as Leach to the basket. Our final game here in Pool A, and right now, Great Britain doing a great job as we have a timeout on the floor. 6:44 to play in our second game of the final day of pool games here at the 3x3 World Championships here in South Africa. The first global tournament for wheelchair basketball in this format. And it's been a roller coaster ride of thrills, great action, incredible highlights, and some very interesting talking points as well. But the most important thing is it's been incredibly competitive. All 4 IWBF zones have been well represented, from Europe, Africa, the Americas, and Asia, Oceania, as Leach with the bucket inside. And the shot no good from Itiken Tamoy. Tonner is under the basket, Leach. And Milton Ilahoya, no, not Milton Ilahoya. Looks like Caleb Adiu. Yes, Caleb Adiu's wheelchair's just joined up. As the Kenya team manager comes out. Quick break in play here as Ben Leach is released, and I think we'll just have a quick change or a quick alternation of the wheels for Caleb Adio. Right now, Great Britain good value for their 8-2 lead here at the inaugural IWBF 3x3 World Championships. As said, the first global event for wheelchair basketball in this 3x3 format, celebrating wheelchair basketball's growth in the sport and looking to expand its global reach. And of course, so many new countries taking part here in these World Championships, Kenya being one of them. Of course, we have the Switzerland women, Croatia, Slovenia as well, as Tonner goes hard to the basket and gets it to go. He's on the deck. Kenya keep playing on, and now a whistle will go. Tonner gets up, and a warning there from the officials to Finley Tonner. In fact, we actually do have a technical foul on Finley Tonner. Caleb Adio, a well-established para-sports coach back home in Kenya, gets the free throw and the shot and the foul. Caleb Adio with 3 quick points. And Kenya now right back in this. Well, I say 3, it was really 2 because he missed the resulting free throw. That's the commentator's curse happening in 3x3 basketball, as Leach doesn't get that to go, short with his mid-range. Kimothu, and they get it over the perimeter. 4 to shoot though for the African nation, as Adio misses. Kimothu is still on the floor at the other side, as Finley Tonner rattles in a baseline shot. Kenya team manager comes back up. He's been a busy lad this morning. And now we resume play with 5:20 remaining. Great Britain up 10-4. It's first to 21, or whoever leads after 10 minutes. Here is Erskine back into the game, dumps it off. Tonner loses the ball and will roll it out of bounds, and the frustration from Finley Tonner, a tenacious competitor, certainly a player that wears his heart on his sleeve. Adio from the foul line, and Tonner with the rebound. Erskine did well to collect. Doesn't get it at the first attempt, and doesn't get it at the second attempt either. Normally so deadly from that range, a really skillful player under the basket, Finley Erskine. As Tonner has it, Callum Sloan in all kinds of space. He can't get that to fall. Tamoy. Itaken Tamoy with the mid-range from the elbow, doesn't get that. Here is Tonner. Here is Erskine. Erskine doesn't get the friendly bounce. Here is Tonner. Tonner from the foul line gets it to go, and it's 11-4 to Great Britain. As Adio can't get that. As Great Britain again going to the basket, and the whistle has gone. That will count. With 3:40 remaining, and Great Britain lead 12-4 here. Ben Leach will go to the line. Great Britain now up by 8 points here, 3:40 to play. And Leach makes the resulting free throw, so Great Britain now extend their lead to 9. Here is Kimothu. Kimothu doesn't get that. Ball is loose, and Leach picks up the loose pieces. Tonner has it. 7 to shoot for Great Britain. Tonner nearly out of bounds, but finds Leach along the baseline, and he rattles it in. And now Great Britain have a double-digit lead with 3:15 to play. As Ilahoya misses from mid-range. Currently with 5 team fouls, but leading comfortably right now against their African counterparts. As Leach has it. Leach has a bit of room. So does Callum Sloan under the basket. Callum Sloan will go to the line. Judged to have gone over the line when he shot that, so Kenya will get the ball. 3:01 to play here in our second game and our final game of Pool A. As we have 2 to shoot here for Great Britain. Leach hits. Right now, Kenya offensively not doing too badly, but Great Britain have had the better looks, the better offense, and they've executed more efficiently right now as we come to 2 minutes and 20 seconds to play. From the elbow, in and out from Itiken Tamoy. Ben Leach did so well to get that. He was facing behind the ball, and as a result he'll go to the line for 1. But what a catch from Ben Leach, contorting his body to get that ball. 2:02 remaining as Pool A draws to its conclusion with just Pool B to play. And coming up next will be Poland taking on Malaysia. Poland, as said, one of the standouts yesterday on day 1, 3-0. Off balance is Tonner, and a whistle has gone. Tonner with the resulting free throw and the steal from Leach. Leach now has a bit of room to maneuver. 7 to shoot, and Milton Ilahoya on the floor, gets himself back up, just needs a little help from his teammates. 1:31 to play. Great Britain on course here for their first win. 2-pointer from Leach is short, and the ball will go out of bounds. Ilahoya from the top. And Kenya now in desperation mode with 1:20 to play. Of course, these two teams 0-3 in Pool A, and Great Britain on course. And Leach putting the exclamation point and the icing on the cake. Great Britain will end their Pool A adventures with a win. 1:05 to play. Ilahoya has it, and a shot clock violation. Well spotted by our referees. Leach. Callum Sloan wide open, puts it in, and that's the biggest cheer of the day from the Great Britain fans. Callum Sloan, a really skilled player, getting his first score of the game. And with 40 seconds to play, Great Britain, who are 3 points off the magic 21, looks set to get the win as Milton Ilahoya misses the two-pointer. And Itiken Tamoy can't get the ball. There are the GB fans in attendance, including one fan who we question if he's made the trip from Australia to be here. Of course, the British and Irish Lions are playing in the Rugby Union series against the Australians, as Finley Tonner just keeps adding to the scoreline. 19-5, and a pass there now. A two-pointer will win it. Tonner wants it, but it grazes the rim. Either way you look at it, GB are going to win. That shot won't count anyway. But Great Britain have ended their Pool A odyssey on a high. They have defeated Kenya rather convincingly, it must be said, 19-5, a deserved victory for Great Britain. Kenya battled hard at the start, but just couldn't get the shots to fall late on. So Great Britain have defeated Kenya here in our second game and our final game of Pool A. So the Pool A table is complete. Great Britain will finish in fourth. Kenya will be dropped to fifth. And it's now the turn of Pool B coming up as Malaysia and Poland will go head to head.
Up next, we've got the men from Malaysia coming on to face up against Poland. First on the floor, Malaysia. Coming in at number 7, Rosali Kante. Coming in at 8, Frida Yebing Tan. And number 9, Public Kana Pati. And 11, Mohammed.
Well, we welcome you back to Sun City. And now Pool B will conclude as Malaysia take on Poland. Next up, there is the Malaysian team.
Give it up for Malaysia.
We do have some Poland support here in Sun City. There is one of them.
Coming in at 3, Dominic Maslow.
Of course, Malaysia led by Razali Kansik, Karthik Pafi,
Let's welcome
Mohamed
number
Atib
6,
Zakraya, and Ye Bing Tan.
Last but not least, number 19, Matthias.
And here come the Poland team. Matus Filipski, of course, one of the standouts from day one yesterday, alongside Andrzej Maciek, Dominik Mosler and Matt Stan. There is the Poland team. As said earlier, one of the standouts of day one, certainly one of the most impressive teams to take to the floor.
Now for the point.
So we will get started in just a moment.
And it is Poland to tip us off. In 5.
And we will get underway. Poland will have the first possession of this game. Dominik Mosler will start us off. Here is Maciek. Maciek doesn't get that to roll in. Good defense from Ye Bing Tan. Here is Zakraya. Zakraya off balance. Great pass inside. What a great bit of basketball from Malaysia to get us started. That was a pretty move. Patient build-up play, and they get the steal as well. Zakraya. Malaysia already feeling it, but Zakraya misses the long one. Malaysia 1 and 2 at the moment, as Maciek ties it up for Poland, who are 3-0 in Pool B. Matt Stan with a very easy steal there, and he'll get the ball back. Matt Stan now has a bit of room, and the whistle is gone, and Malaysia will get the ball. Our final pool game in the Men's World Championship taking place following this game as Slovenia take on Australia. That's a 2-pointer for Malaysia, as Maciek has the ball looking to respond for Poland and does, all string. Malaysia have the ball with Zakraya. Zakraya, and a shot clock violation has been called. Good spots from Joe Warner, our official from Great Britain. Andrzej Maciek now with the ball. Maciek to the elbow. Maciek rattles around and out, and Malaysia with Zakraya gets the rebound. Here is Papi. 5 to shoot, and it's no man's land for Malaysia. Maciek with the ball, and they're queuing up, and an unsportsmanlike foul has been called. Matt Stan and Dominik Mosler were just queuing up to get the ball, and Poland will get the possession. As Andrzej Maciek averaged 15 points and 5 assists in the European Championships in Rotterdam back in 2023, and has 3x3 experience. Was one of the players that was actually in the All-Star team at the IWBF 3x3 Europe Cup last year in Austria. Poland certainly one of the front runners here in South Africa to become the first ever 3x3 world champions. And right now Poland have a lead 4-3 as we come up to 2 minutes played. Zaklaya, that's a one-pointer. Mosler sees a gap, looks to exploit it. Good defense from Zaklaya, and he gets the rebound as well. Mohamed Atrip Zaklaya, really underrated defender, especially under the basket, the Malaysia number 11. Filipski now into the game. Mosler takes a breather. Filipski, first shot, first score for the Galatasaray man. Averaged 27 points in the season just gone Champions Cup. Puffy inside, good defense from behind from Filipski. Might have even got a little touch to it. Stan, Maciek in acres of space, so is Filipski under the hoop. Filipski can't get it to fall. Kancic now fires a two. That's short. And Stan with the rebound. Maciek a bit off balance. Right now both teams in a little bit of a cold spell here. And a two-pointer rims out from Kancic. Here is Filipski, who's currently 1 of 2 in the field. Zaklaya bats it out of bounds, and we have a timeout here on the floor. 5-4 in favour of Poland in what has been a very entertaining morning session, it has to be said. Poland will get us back underway. And Lipski was just going for a long two. He thought, why not? I was feeling it yesterday. I've got one today. Why not try it again? As Kancic goes off the window. And now we're tied at 5. Filipski in all kinds of space. That's danger for anyone. But he misses the shot, but just breezes in to get his own rebound and scores. Fifi with his second score. 4 to shoot. Shot clock is winding down. That will be a shot clock violation. Well spotted by the officials. Of course, 12-second shot clock here in 3x3. As opposed to the traditional 24 seconds in 5-on-5. 10-minute games, first to 21. Poland have hit that magic number so far in South Africa. And Filipski gets another one to go. Poland now have a bit of breathing room. Can Malaysia get some scores back, or will Poland start to race away again? Filipski has it. Thought about setting himself. Looking to put Kancic in a spin. Maciek says thank you very much. 8-5. And now Poland flexing the muscles. Ball from Malaysia as Ye Bing Tang come back in, and Razali Kancic heads for a breather and a quick sip of water. Here is Filipski. Filipski given some room and he puts it in. You don't want to give Matus Filipski that kind of room. Zaklaya for 2. That's short. And Stan races for the rebound. Filipski's feeling it. So is Maciek, and a foul. Maciek to the stripe. have a timeout on the floor here. As the final game of the group phase comes to a close here with this game, and of course coming up the final pool game in Pool B will pit Slovenia against Australia. Of course, all the teams taking part will compete in the knockout phase after these pool games. So for all the information on which team is playing which, of course there's some teams to be confirmed as to who's playing who. Don't forget to check out the IWBF.org website and follow us on all social media platforms to get updated information on who is playing who. Filipski, 7 to shoot, Filipski. Right now he is just on fire. Tus Filipski just cannot miss from the mid-range. Zakraya a little bit off balance over Stan, and a shot clock violation. That shot happened after the shot clock had expired, so Poland will get the ball. 12-5 to the good, 4:37 to play. Poland yet to commit a team foul in this contest. Filipski again just given freedom of the land, but Malaysia with a bit of a let-off there as he missed that. Filipski buries a mid-range again. Just given so much space in order to set himself and put that shot up. Zakraya, Bingtan inside. Beautiful basketball again from Malaysia. They showed spurts of that. Just need a bit more consistency as Maciek has it. Here is Filipski. He'll go for a long two, and that won't fall, but Stan has it. The extra pass, Maciek too long. That Stan has been a playmaker in this game. Was a beast under the boards yesterday and got some mid-ranges to fall. As Bingtan, a shot clock violation for Malaysia again. And we have a timeout on the floor. 3:38 to play in this one. And right now Poland, really without getting out of first gear, comfortably ahead by 7. But Malaysia have shown, as said, spurts of incredible team basketball. It's the basics that can be so effective sometimes, and Malaysia certainly have done that. They've hit their long shots as well, as you see there from Zakraya, all string. Malaysia like to do their damage under the hoop, but they can shoot the ball from outside. Mosler has it. Mosler gets it to go. Kancic with 1 to shoot. This will be another shot clock violation. Kancic knows it straight away, puts his hands up and apologises to his teammates. Poland all business. Maciek. And Maciek puts it in. Here is Kancic for Malaysia. He'll go for 2. Strings a 2. Stan, Mosler. Poland all business. And Poland want the 21. 16-8. They lead. But will that 2-pointer from Malaysia spur them on? Pathy. Zakraya. Kancic with 3 to shoot. He's in rhythm for 2, but this one was blocked. I think it was a mixture of either Stan or Mosler. And the ball goes out of bounds. Poland will get it as the shot clock violation is called. Mosler. Extra pass, almost a tap pass from Mosler. As Maciek with the finish inside. Zakraya off balance. Mosler looked to get the rebound. Zakraya picks him to the post. And at the second time of asking, he'll score. Maciek. Maciek bullet pass to Mosler, who collects well. One hand. And it's rebounded by Zakraya. Here is Papi, who did well to keep that. The glue player is Karthik Papi. And that's a shot clock violation. And Poland will get it. Final 2 minutes here in our penultimate group phase contest. Because Papi and Maciek just having a little man-to-man there before the ball gets put in. Maciek now with the shot, and he'll get it to fall. Here is Papi. Two-pointer on the way. No good, off to the left. On the follow, Zakraya. Malaysia, have been offensively quite sound. Nothing to be ashamed of here in this game against a team that many feel could be one of the favourites to win. Very strong defensive team, Poland, so to get 10 points on the board. They want more as well to Malaysia, but two-pointer from Zakraya is no good. But this has certainly been a competitive game. By no means has it been one-sided. Malaysia have certainly had good spurts of offense, great team basketball, simple but effective. Too much firepower from the Poles as Maciek just making it look easy inside. Bing Tan. Katsik puts up a two. They'll go right out of bounds. And it will go to Poland. 54.5 to play as Slovenia and Australia prepare for battle in just a moment to conclude our group stage games before the women conclude their pool games, as Kaz Bullock is on hand to bring you all the action from the conclusion of the pool games for the women. Zakraya, 3 to shoot. Papi has space, and Papi gets the roll. Maciek looking for Stan, but instead Mosler has it. Mosler's got to put it up. Mosler does put it up, and he'll string one. And that is game for Poland. 21 to 11. They have defeated Malaysia with 22.5 seconds to spare. Poland finish 4-0 in Pool B. Whereas Malaysia, who really battled against the Poles, this was probably one of Poland's biggest tests in terms of competitiveness in the 4 games. But they've come away with the win, and Malaysia will finish 1-3. And will end up in 4th spot in Pool B. So up next, it'll be our final game of the pool round. It'll be Slovenia taking on Australia. We'll be back in just a moment.
Up next, we've got the man from Slovenia meeting up for a dance with Australia. Just on the floor, the man from Slovenia. Welcome at number 3, Hannes Kunovic. Following in at 5, Milan Slavnikov. At number 24, Robbie Potanek.
So welcome back to Sun City, and it's the final group game before the women take over to end their group phase. So Slovenia taking on Australia, and there is the Slovenian team: Haris Kudusevic, Milan Slapnišar, Robbie Bojance and David Skorant.
On the floor, welcome Australia, number 5.
Australia currently 2-1 after 3 games played. Slovenia with the same record. Slovenia, of course, first time on the world stage for them. Australia, a well-established wheelchair basketball nation. There is Thomas Klein in your picture, joined by Lachlan Dalton, Luke Popel, who recently appeared for the Aussies at the Paris Paralympics last summer. And Jake Kavanagh makes up the Fab Four for the Australians. Well, after this game, it is the knockout rounds for the men. Our final game for the men before we have a bonanza of 4 games to conclude the women's pool rounds, as Slapnišar and Purple will get the coin toss underway, see who will get first possession. And it looks like Slovenia will get the first possession of the game. 12-second shot clocks, 10-minute games, first to 21. We saw Poland reach the magic number a moment ago against Malaysia in a hard-fought victory, it must be said, for the Poles. Our fantastic referees there, who have done a fantastic job throughout these World Championships, the inaugural 3x3 World Championships here in this wonderful Sun City resort, which has staged some of the biggest music acts in the world, such as Elton John, Rod Stewart, and as more recent as Nicki Minaj, all taking their stage here at the Super Bowl, which is now home to the 3x3 World Championships for the IWBF, and Slovenia off the mark first. Robbie Bojance with the first score. Luke Popel with the easy scoop layup. Kudusevic, and that smacks Klein on the head. Even Klein had a little smile there. Popel goes glass, gets it to go. Right now, Luke Popel meaning business as Australia lead 2-1 early doors. Slapnišar, the crafty veteran, goes for a high shot. Kudusevic with the offensive board, and the lefty with the shot was off to the right, and a foul is called, and I think Haris Kudusevic will head to the line for the one shot. Slovenia in their first World Championship as a wheelchair basketball nation, and have certainly been extremely competitive and have not taken any game lying down. They're here to compete, and they have shown no fear against their opponents as Lachlan Dalton to the basket gets the layup. Well, Slovenia regulars in the Division B category of the European zone. Australia, one of the top nations in the Asia and Oceania competition, narrowly missing out on bronze at the Under-23 World Championships recently in Brazil, but a perennial squad in the wheelchair basketball sphere as the ball goes out of bounds. Dalton inside. Dalton with the clever reverse and the finish. Lachlan Dalton, the 24-year-old, with an absolutely gorgeous move to the cup that even got a high five from opposition player Robbie Boyance. First team foul for Slovenia in this one. And Dalton doesn't get the free throw, and Slovenia will have it. Skoranch. Slapnishar doesn't get the drop, along with his baseline shot. Purple has some room. He'll go to the basket. Slapnishar just wasn't looking at where the ball was and just went to the man and left Luke Purple almost with a free lane to the basket. Luke Purple, who started playing wheelchair basketball at 13 years of age, a veteran of the national side. And certainly one of the vocal leaders of this Aussie side. Slovenia haven't got the ball over the perimeter, and that will not count because Slovenia didn't get it past the perimeter to start their offense. They kept it inside, so Australia will have the ball. 2 minutes have been played in this one. And after this, it'll be a bonanza of 4 women's games to conclude the pool stage for the women. Ball goes out of bounds as Lachlan Dalton couldn't hold on to that pass. As the shot goes out of bounds. Switzerland and South Africa's first team will start things off for the women at the conclusion of this game. That'll then be followed by an enticing game between Great Britain and Australia. Of course, like we were mentioning yesterday with the rivalry between the Aussies and South Africa, there's no love lost between Great Britain and Australia, let me tell you that. As Slapnishar, a 3-second violation has been called. Six to 2 in favour of the Aussies here. Popel looking to glide his way to the cup, and Kavanagh into the game. Just about collects. Purple fading away, and a shot clock violation has been called. Skoranch, that's flat and short. That would have been a 2-pointer had that miraculously have gone in, as Purple has it. Klein cutting to the basket, brilliantly met by Skoranch off the ball. 2 to shoot, and Skoranch with the rebound. Slovenia's off-ball defense has been really impressive in the last few possessions. Slapnishar glides to the basket. Klein comes to meet him, and a shot clock violation for Slovenia this time, so Australia will keep it. And we have a timeout on the floor. 6:37 to play, and Australia lead to 6 to 2 in the inaugural IWBF 3x3 World Championships. A big thank you to the event organisers, WBSA, Wheelchair Basketball South Africa, who have done a fantastic job at organising this first ever event for the 3x3 game. As we look at some of the highlights of what has been going on, that was a pretty move, probably the play of the day so far from Lachlan Dalton. We get ready, and Australia have the possession. At the elbow is Purple, who sets himself, and Skoranch with the rebound. Here is Kudasevic. Kudasevic from the left. Boris Kudasevic, a deadly mid-range shooter, loves to shoot from long range as well. Hasn't had a chance to show off that skills, but we just saw a brief glimpse of it there. Skoranch now attacking as Boyance misses the shot inside. 8 to shoot for the Australians. Klein wants it. Purple goes it alone, and it's rebounded. Slovenia, though, still in this. Australia have had a few stops, but just can't get their own shots to drop. As Lachlan Dalton comes back in, Jake Kavanagh, his cameo comes to a close for now, but no doubt he'll return momentarily. Here is Dalton. Marked by Kudasevic. What a pass from Dalton, and the finish is lacking from Purple. What a pass, though, from Lachlan Dalton. It was screaming a score, though, as Kudasevic looks to take advantage. That's off the back iron. And a bit of a miscommunication there on the other side as Purple and Dalton couldn't combine on the second time. 6-3, 5:17 remaining in this one. Kudasevic, and that's batted out of bounds by Lachlan Dalton. Skoranch, the midi, short. Kudasevic gets the long offensive rebound. He wants the shot. Instead dumps it off to Skoranch, who just about collects, goes off the glass. 6-4. Past the halfway point in our final pool game here in the Men's World Championships, as Dalton with a wild shot is no good. South Africa and Switzerland will be up next. There's 4 women's games on tap here on the IWBF YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you're enjoying the action wherever you are across the globe. Purple to the hoop, and did well to keep the ball there under great pressure from 2 Slovenian defenders. Kudasevic off balance, and that ball is loose. Lachlan Dalton has it. Australia have numbers for now. Behind the back pass, and the finish off the glass from Purple. Great pass again from Lachlan Dalton, who is certainly one of the main playmakers in these World Championships. And we have a timeout on the court. It's 3:49 to play, and Australia holding on to a 7-4 lead, but let's not count Slovenia out. They've been extremely competitive in their World International bow. Also, earlier we were thanking the WBSA. Another big thank you to our global partners, RGK, who have members of staff who have travelled from their office base in the United Kingdom to be here and provide a one-stop repair shop for all the incredible athletes here in this stunning resort of Sun City. Lachlan Dalton, he finds a lane, goes right down the middle, and can't check in with the self-service. Skoranch off balance, Slapnishar back in after an extended period out, and in and out with his mid-range. Dalton has room, instead passes it. Klein says thank you very much. Slapnishar. Slapnishar fading away, no good. Boyant passes it right to Klein. Now Purple with the scoop layup is money. Final 3 minutes. Slapnishar, the veteran, looking to carve out something. Skoranch fading away. That's short. Purple, Dalton, and again the link-up play between Purple and Dalton has been absolutely sublime. Slapnishar going along the baseline, stops, goes for a long one and puts it in. Dalton, good defense there from Robbie Boyant. And we have a timeout, 2:15 to play, 10-5 in favour of Australia. It's been a physical encounter, but Australia just edging it. And they do have breathing room, but 2:15 is a long time, even in the fast-paced, crazy world of 3x3 basketball. And Slovenia will not be counted out. Of course, following on from this, the reins will be taken over by Caroline Kazbullock as Switzerland take on South Africa's first team. Of course, South Africa in the women's draw have 2 teams entered in these World Championships. Kavanagh. And Kavanagh hits the bottom of the backboard with that one. We are entering the final 2 minutes here, and Slovenia had a stop. They just need a score to get back into this, and Kudusevic in and out with the free throw line shot. Dalton went out of bounds, so Slovenia should have it. Both Slovenia and Australia 2-1 in Pool B. Slapnishar. Kudusevic over Dalton. Short. Good hands from Lachlan Dalton. Klein now. Klein, Kavanagh. Great defense from Boyant. Ball is loose. And Jake Kavanagh on the deck gets himself back up. Kavanagh stolen away. Ball again is loose. Kavanagh has it. Shot clock violation. Slovenia ball. Again, another stop for Slovenia, but they just need to convert their stops into points on the offensive side. Slapnishar, who is more than capable of doing that, as is this man. He'll go for 2, and we have ourselves a wedgie. Third wedgie, if I am counting correctly, in these World Championships, and you can count the volunteer there who freed the ball with his first score of the World Championships. But unfortunately for him, his point doesn't count. Here is Dalton at the elbow. Dalton with 8 to shoot, and it's rebounded by Kudusevic. Again, a third straight stop for Slovenia. They've missed their last 4 attempts, and now they turn it over. And with under a minute to play, Australia have the time on their side. Slovenia, time is not their friend. Dalton explodes to the basket, and that could be the dagger basket for Australia. And a steal. Dalton gets his hands in the way. The bullet pass is deflected out of bounds by Boyant. Dalton, brilliant pass. Kavanagh can't get it to fall. Ball is loose. Slapnishar has it. We're in the final 30 seconds now. Australia 11-5 to the good. Kudasevic, Slovenia need miracles. Kudasevic with a shot clock violation for Slovenia, and that should be that. So Australia looks set to finish second in Pool B, and Dalton can't make sure of it. So Poland, Australia in second, well, first and second respectively. Slovenia looks set to finish third. Malaysia will finish fourth, with South Africa in fifth. Kavanagh with the rebound, and time will now expire. Australia come away with an 11-5 win. It was a tight game though for the vast majority, but in the end Slovenia couldn't make their shots when they got some really key stops, and Australia have just about enough to beat Slovenia 11-5. It's now on to the women, who will take to the stage. The pool stage is now complete for the men as we enter the knockout rounds, and I will be back later on for the men's knockout phase, but for now it's on to Kaz Bullock and the women's draw.
Switzerland versus South Africa. First to the floor, it is the ladies from Switzerland. Please welcome, wearing number 8, Warrior Hammer. Welcome number 9, Louisa. For Switzerland, as we welcome onto the floor the home team, South Africa, and number 9, Mikel Mohadeli, and number 11, Loli Abiwe. Welcome at number 14, Tukuti Lewaza.
And Louisa Yude, a really strong defender, creates a lot of space for her teammates. And we saw that passing game yesterday between Huber and Yude. Yude cuts to the basket, and Huber somehow manages to get the perfect pass inside as Gilly-File! Back-to-back baskets for Gilly-File, and it's a 2-1 lead for South Africa. Huber drive in, gets the whistle, so Vira Huber goes to the foul line for a shot. In 3x3 we have one free throw when the shooter is fouled on the shot. On the 7th foul it is 2 free throws regardless of the foul. As I was saying before, that connection there out on court on the Swiss team between Huber and Yude has been fantastic to see. Huber threading the needle on the passes she makes to the basket, just between the chairs, somehow finds her teammate. It's absolutely incredible to watch out there as the free throw short, but Waller grabs the rebound, can't get it to go. And Ngoni has it for South Africa. Gwaza on the baseline, shot bounces out as Waller, again another rebound. She has been huge on the boards for Switzerland today as she wheels inside and levels the game at 2-2. Just over a minute played here. Both teams are looking for their first win of the tournament. They have been battling in yesterday's group games. And it will be South Africa ball. Gilly-File using the screen from Ngoni. Will launch and will hit! Gilly-File, 3 of 3 from the field to open the game. She's on fire for South Africa. As ball will go out of bounds. And we've got on the sidelines the South African men's team and the second South African women's team as well, cheering the team on the court along. Some good support in the crowd as well. As Gilly-File works against Waller. She's had the hot hand so far. As she runs into Yude. Dishes off to Gwaza. And that one doesn't fall. Picked up by Huber. Waller. Back into Huber. And a great finish there. We are tied at 3-3. Gilly-File against Yude. Time's going to run down here. That 12-second shot clock, it goes so quickly. As Switzerland will get the ball back. 8 minutes to play, tied at 3-3. Huber to Waller. Teammates of the Pilatus Dragons in Switzerland as Huber gets it to go. And that will put Switzerland at 1. Gilly-File back to Gwaza. Gwaza from the elbow, spins out and can't chase the ball down. But South Africa getting some really good looks here. Gilly-File with all 3 points for South Africa so far. And Switzerland, a team making their debut on a world stage. They have certainly been putting on a show as Huber goes to the basket. And Mokenedi picks it up for South Africa. Ball has to be cleared from outside the line. As Waller will for Switzerland. Waller using the screen from Yude. And doesn't get the roll. Picked up by Mokenedi. And Michelle Mokenedi, she was captain for South Africa at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham in 2022. When South Africa played in the 3x3 tournament, finishing 5th in the competition. There's a real leader out there on court, and she said that her greatest achievement has been captaining the team at the Commonwealth Games, representing her country, and she really wants to help put South Africa on the map and show the world what they can do on the basketball court. Huber, ball's knocked away. Good defense there from Mokenedi. And we will have a timeout on the floor. So a 4-3 lead for Switzerland over South Africa. 6:49 to play here in the first game in the women's session for today. And as you can see, they're out on the floor. So in 3x3, teams have 4 players. You will have 1 substitution that can come out onto the floor. Switzerland have been playing this tournament, and they played the last tournament they did, the 3x3 Europe Cup in Austria last year, with just 3 players out there on the floor. And in such a fast-paced game, those seconds of rest that you can get are going to be really valuable. But this shows how well conditioned this Switzerland team are. As Moccanetti will take it from the top. From the baseline. And Switzerland will get it back. Just a 1-point game. Positioning going to be really important when we move into the quarterfinals and the knockout stages, as Waller, her shot's too strong but chases down her own rebound. Moccanetti comes away with it. And Gilifile lines up a shot, sinks it! Gilifile ties the game at 4 and has all 4 of South Africa's points. Waller. And that's good! Switzerland back up 1. It's a back and forth game here this morning. Moccanetti thought about it, puts it up, off the rim. And Waller again, another big rebound for Switzerland. She has been crucial for the team, as her shot won't go. And ball's out of bounds. It will be South Africa ball. And you can see Moccanetti there just on the baseline. Doesn't chase down the ball, but blocks Hubert from getting to the rebound. So ball's out of bounds. She knows South Africa's going to get it back. And Moccanetti is really effective at that. If you watch the way that she positions herself when she's defending, gets in front of her opponents, makes it really difficult for them. As Gilifile passes over to Moccanetti. And shot clock violation. So Switzerland will have the ball. 5:30 to go here. But we'll have a timeout called by South Africa as they want to talk it over on the floor. So coming up after this game, we will have Great Britain and Australia in the Group A fixture. That is the battle for the top spot in Group A. Both teams unbeaten. But that unbeaten record has to fall for one of them, so you don't want to miss that game coming up at 12:45 local time. It's going to be an absolute battle between those 2 teams. As we are seeing right now on the floor, a 1-point game. Switzerland up 1 here over South Africa. 5:30 to go. Waller working to the basket. Looks like Moccanetti might have got a hand on that one to put off the shot. She's such a disruptive defender. So ball stays with Switzerland. And Moccanetti there, knocking the ball out of bounds. As I said, disruptive. 5 seconds on the shot clock. And Switzerland will put something up from deep and banks it in! Huber with the 2 for Switzerland, and it's a 3-point game. And this is why Switzerland are so dangerous. They have players that can get inside, get those baskets underneath the hoop, but also they can shoot from range, as Huber has just shown you. Gilifile looks to answer, doesn't drop. Waller secures it for Switzerland. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Waller, you'd roll into the basket. Too short. Moccanetti finds Gilifile. Under pressure from Huber. And Goni goes to the hoop. But Switzerland will have it back. Huber clears the ball. Has space. She's going to take it. Doesn't go, but we saw yesterday how strong Vira Huber's mid-range game is. Can really shoot. In fact, we've just seen just now how strong she is from the long range. So she can shoot from anywhere on the court that she wants to. If you want baskets, get it to Huber. Moccanetti, as South Africa try to cut into this lead. 2 seconds on the shot clock, puts it up off the back iron. It's tipped and will go out of bounds. Stays Switzerland ball. Waller. Shots up, and that's good. Switzerland increasing their lead here, 8-4, as Mokinedi gets the ball under the hoop and rolls off the rim. That was a tough shot over Waller. Yude has space, but Mokinedi gets there. Quick hands from Mokinedi, leaves Huber open underneath the basket. And that, again, is why this Switzerland team are so difficult to come up against. They're so familiar with each other, having played together at the 3x3 Europe Cup. Waller and Huber playing together on the Pilatus Dragons this season, where they won the Swiss Championship this year. They both played together at the Dragons since 2021. Also playing in Europe Cup, they're racking up those reps, which is always going to help you out on the court. South Africa, as I said, a rising team, a lot of players across both of the South Africa teams playing at the under-25 level at the World Championships. As Huber, that one's too strong. Dudizila Gwaza back into the game for South Africa. She'll try, and that one doesn't fall. Ball's tipped into the hands of Ngoni. Can't keep it inside the lines, and it will be a shot clock violation. Switzerland have a 9-4 lead here with 3:24 to play. Waller looks for some space. You see those screens that Yude creates, just getting into position at the right time for her teammates. Gets them the space, gives them the looks that they want. Gwaza, and won't go. Ngoni gets the rebound, but it will be a shot clock violation, so ball has to hit the rim for the shot clock to reset. Didn't in that case, so even though South Africa grabbed the rebound, it will be Switzerland ball. Waller finds Huber. Back to Waller. Won't fall. Gwaza with the rebound. Over to Mokinedi. Back into Gwaza on the baseline. As Switzerland a chance to increase this lead here. Waller. Against Ngoni. That's short. And again, you see the pressure that Aviwe Ngoni puts on her opponents when they're shooting. And off the rim. Ball goes out of bounds. We'll go back with Switzerland. But Aviwe Ngoni, a really strong defender out there. She was named the All-Star one-pointer player at the Africa Zone qualifying tournament for the Under-25 World Championships in 2023. So, recognised for the great player that she is. As Waller tries to clear the ball, there'll be a foul called. Is Switzerland ball. So just 2 fouls for South Africa. Switzerland not committed a foul yet. There are no player limits on fouls in 3x3. As Gwaza knocks the ball out of bounds. And those kind of plays that we see from Ngoni and Gwaza, you might not come up with the steal. South Africa might not get the ball. But it's those disruptive plays. It forces your opponent to have to reset. You know, you take some time off the shot clock, just take the ball out of bounds. It's a really important piece of the game to have players out there who can do that for you. We'll have a timeout. We can watch Gilly File, where she was lighting it up from the floor to start the game. Has all 4 of South Africa's points. That dish inside from Switzerland that they do so well. Draw the defenders out and then have a player roll into the basket. Switzerland up 9-4 here, 2:02 to play. Huber from deep, won't go. Gwaza with the rebound. Mokinedi, 6 seconds for South Africa. Mokinedi works against Huber. And time will run out. Switzerland ball from the top. Waller going to the basket, drives baseline, runs into Mokinedi, so passes over to Yude, who splashes it in. And Switzerland take their lead up 10-4 with 91 seconds left to play here. And Switzerland, their first time on the world stage. They certainly made a splash at the 3x3 Europe Cup last year in Austria, where they won the silver medal, as Mokinedi's shots too strong for the Switzerland programme. The national team was only formed just a few years ago, and they've got a real focus on player development and bringing in young players that they can help to build that cohesion and take it through into the senior national teams. So Switzerland basketball have done a really good job, and the players out there on the court clearly just putting their all in every single game. And with an average age of under 21, the future is really, really bright for this team. As Waller passes inside to Huber. Shot spins out, but a foul called. So that will be a shot for Huber. Player that started playing back in 2019. She talks about how 3x3 is just the perfect opportunity to really let every player out there on the court shine. As the free throw doesn't fall, ball's chased down. Mokinedi has it, but it's going to roll on the baseline. Gilifile picks it up. Back to Mokinedi. Final minute of the game. Gilifile finds Ngoni rolling to the rim. Doesn't drop, but chases down her own rebound. A fresh 12 for South Africa. Gilifile fading away. Not that time. Yude round to Huber. Yude picks up the loose ball. Great fake and a finish at the rim. And Switzerland's highest scoring game of the tournament so far. They're now up to 11 points. .1 on the clock. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Mokinedi to Gilifile. 3 seconds. Gilifile inside to Ngoni, knocked away. Looked like Huber might have got a hand on that. A shot clock violation is called as the ball rolled out of bounds. And again, Huber doing what Mokinedi does best as well. Knocking the ball out of bounds, taking time off the clock. So 9.5 seconds left. Waller. Back to Huber. Looked like she was about to go from range. And 1 second, needs to put something up. Time will expire. But congratulations to Switzerland. Their first win of the tournament. Their first win on a world stage. 11-4 over South Africa. And they will go again this afternoon in the knockout stages. Once those groups are set, we will confirm the matchups for you. And for South Africa, Asive Gilifile coming out on fire for the team, hitting everything she wanted to start the game off. And a team with a huge amount of potential out there on the floor. So coming up next, we have got Great Britain and Australia in Group A, the battle for the top spot, as they will get ready to come out on court.
Let us welcome the Great Britain taking on Australia.
So 2 unbeaten teams. The winner will top Group A. And seeding and positions are going to be very important as we head towards the knockout stages this afternoon.
coming in at 12.
So Great Britain taking to the floor. They had wins against South Africa and Switzerland yesterday. A very experienced team with multiple world and European medals. They have 3 players out on the court who represented Team Scotland at the Commonwealth Games in 2022. And with the home games coming up in Glasgow in 2026, the home nations that make up Team GB will relish the opportunity to put themselves on the map again. Jude Hamer with Robin Love, Jess White and Kaylee English out on the floor playing in their white jerseys today.
And coming in to face them on the dance floor, welcome Australia.
And next up it will be Australia as they come onto the floor. They had wins against Switzerland and South Africa yesterday. A team with scoring threats from inside and behind the arc. They have got young rising star Ebony Stevenson, and she has been showing why she's one to watch. The team all play in the Australian Women's National Wheelchair Basketball League in both 5x5 and 3-on-3. And it just highlights how valuable that has been for their preparation for this competition. Hannah Dodd alongside Georgia Munro-Cook, Tasha Ovens and Ebony Stevenson in their green Australia jerseys. So in 3x3 we are playing at 10-minute games, 12-second shot clock. Shots inside the arc are worth 1 point, shots outside the arc are worth 2. Great to see travelling reserve there for Australia. It was Marianne Latu in the crowd cheering on her team. She was playing at the 3x3 Asia Oceania Cup in April this year, where the team reached the semi-finals. So a lot of talent in 3x3 in Australia. So on court it will be Australia ball to start things off. Stevenson to Munro-Cook. Long shot is good to start things off. And Love picks up the rebound, clears the ball for GB. Into Hamer. Hamer pressured underneath the basket, ball's knocked away, picked up by Stevenson. As Dodd passes back to Munro-Cook, under pressure from White. Ball bounces out, GB will have possession. The winner of this game will top Group A, and they will be playing the 4th place team in Group B in the knockouts. The 2nd place team will play the 3rd place team in Group B as Love goes to the hoop, scoops it in. And we're tied at 1-1. Stevenson spins against Love. Munro-Cook, 4 seconds on the shot clock. Stevenson doesn't go. Love with the rebound. Hamer and Love out there. 2 players just so in sync on the basketball court as Love races to save the rebound, but Munro-Cook will get it for Australia as a shot clock violations calls. Hamer and Love, having played together through so many European and world competitions, have that connection out there on court. It's great to see as Dodd goes to the basket. A really tough shot from Hannah Dodd. Australia up 1. Love to Hamer. Shots up and won't drop. Dodd from the foul line. Not that time, but Stevenson's there. And you can see the reach of Ebony Stevenson, able to get that rebound, uses her long wingspan to get shots up over her opponents. Didn't drop for Australia that time, but that's exactly what you want to see from the 15-year-old. As the shot clock runs down on that possession. 2-1 Australia lead. Stevenson finds Munro-Cook. Munro-Cook from the elbow, it's short. White with the rebound. Love against Munro-Cook. Over to Hamer. And time runs down. Another shot clock violation. You can see how quickly the shot clock goes in 3x3. A really fast-paced game. As Munro Cook for Australia. Thought about the shot, but comes up against Hamer. Has some space and splashes it in. And a great screen there. You see Stevenson creating space for her teammate, giving her that look as Love weaves away to the basket, dishes over to Hamer, who answers for GB. Puts Australia's lead down to 1. 7:28 to play here. Stevenson playing for the Perth Wheelcats this season, finds Dodd. Love with the rebound for GB. Goes against Stevenson. Finds Hamer. 4 seconds. Hamer dishes inside to White. White shots off the rim. And Munro Cook under the basket, fading away. That's a tough shot for Munro Cook. But we've seen her do that all this weekend. That is what she does best. Such a strong scorer for whichever team she's playing in, as Hamer looks to answer for GB, can't get it to go as the ball goes out of bounds. And Georgia Munro Cook playing for the Sydney Metro Blues in both 3x3 and 5-on-5 this season, as we take a timeout. She leads the Women's National Wheelchair Basketball League in points per game this season, 23.2 and 10.2 rebounds, along with 2.7 steals per game for the Metro Blues this season. And she had a huge 100 points across 3 games in a round earlier in June. Just an incredible performance. Dropped 22 points in the first game, 35 and then 43. A real leader out there on court and just can do a bit of everything on the basketball court. Obviously a fantastic scorer, but her rebounding and assists and steals show that as well. She'll do whatever her team needs her to do out there on court to get the win. As Munro Cook under pressure from Love. Doesn't go. Love with the rebound. Hamer back into Love. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Love spins against Stevenson, and that's short. It's a 4-2 lead for Australia over GB here with 6:27 to play. Munro Cook from the elbow. Not that time. Ball's out of bounds. And Great Britain will have possession. Three-time Paralympian Jude Hamer will set things up for GB. From the foul line, too strong. Munro Cook over to Stevenson. Back to Munro Cook. Stevenson runs into Hamer, and time runs down for Australia. And Hamer will take it from the top again for Great Britain. Great Britain coming into this game the second highest scoring team in the competition with 16.5 points per game, just behind Canada. Australia have been averaging 16 points per game, so you can see how evenly matched these teams are. Hamer looking for Love. Love. Oh! Robin Love with a tough shot, rolling away from the basket. Cuts the lead down to 1, and again that's that connection between Love and Hamer. Rebound GB. A chance to tie on this possession. Love to White. White roll into the basket. Stevenson gets the rebound. Stevenson looking to find some space, has a path. Munro Cook gets it to go. That's great decision making there from Stevenson. Had a good look, but saw Munro Cook was open there as Hamer again under pressure. It's short. Munro Cook really turning it up defensively here for Australia. As Tasha Ovens into the game for the first time for Australia. GB looking to cut into this lead. Love. Long shot, spin down. Unlucky for that one not to fall. Munro Cook from the foul line, too strong. And it will be GB possession. Both teams will certainly have an eye on the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow in 2026, taking place around this time next year. Australia with a silver medal in the 2022 Games. As White gets it over to Love, and Love chops off the rim. Stevenson has it for Australia. Pressured by Love. Foul will be called. Australia possession. First team foul against Great Britain. Munro Cook. Ball's knocked out of bounds. You see the pressure that Jess White puts on defensively. Such a defensive pest in the nicest possible way. She's a pesky defender. That makes it really difficult for her opponent. As Munro Cook drops it into Stevenson, who gets the roll. Over to Hamer. Back inside to Love. And we played with 2-on-3 here as Love gets it to go! Robin Love with the shot clock winding down. And Ovens gets the roll on the rim. The 7-4 Australia lead. Hamer, 2 seconds. White has to put something up. She will do. Gets it at the buzzer. Basket's good. It's a 2-point game. Love chases down the loose ball. Against Ovens. Love dishes inside to Hamer. And we are back to a 1-point game. 7-6 Australia lead. GB going on a run here. As Ovens looking for some help. Love takes the ball away, and GB with a chance to tie on this possession. 6 seconds. Love against Stevenson. Love from the elbow, off the rim, gets her own rebound though. And another chance for GB as Love rolls to the basket, ties it at 7-all. A huge sequence there from Robin Love, doing it on both ends of the court. Munro Cook into Stevenson. Ball will go out of bounds and Great Britain will have possession, and we will have a time out with 2:27 to play here. Tied at 7-all. And a run from Great Britain there, led by Robin Love, stealing the ball, taking the rebounds and scoring when her team need her to. And that is exactly what she does, and it's what she does wherever she plays, and throughout the course of her career has just been such a force out there on court. A 3-time Paralympian, silver at the European Championships in 2023, where she was named to the All-Star 5. And not only was she named to the All-Star 5, she was top 10 in all categories. Points per game, rebounds per game, assists, steals, blocks. She is a real all-round player, and is going to do what it takes to win, as she has the ball. Can put GB up here. That won't go. Hannah Dodd back into the game for Australia. Munro Cook, Ovens roll into the basket, gets that to go, and Australia go up 1. Love against Ovens. To Hamer. Hamer won't go, and ball can't be chased down by GB. Australia will have it. to Munro Cook. Drops it inside to Ovens, and you see that works so well for Tasha Ovens. She finds those paths to the basket. Her teammates know she's going to be there. It's just instinctive. When the defense comes up to the outside player, Ovens roll into the rim, and such a good finisher at the basket. 1:38 to go. Australia up 2. Munro Cook's shot is short, but Dodd has the rebound. White knocks the ball away. Dodd picks it up. Munro Cook doesn't get it to go, but gets her own rebound. Finishes the second time, withstanding the pressure from Great Britain. From the mid-range, off the rim, Dodd picks it up. Munro Cook will have it. And splashes it in for Australia. Munro Cook has been so effective from all over the court, as Love's long shot is short. And Australia with a 4-point lead here in the final minute of the game. The winner of this game will top Group A and will finish in first place. They will play the 4th place finisher in Group B in the knockout stages, which start at 4:30 today. And the first game will be the winner of Group A against the 4th place team in Group B at 4:30. You can catch all the action on the IWBF YouTube channel all weekend long. Thank you to everybody watching. But we're not done yet, as Hamer has Love underneath the basket on the baseline. Back to Hamer. Shot spins out. And Dodd will hold it for Australia. Munro Cook. Round to Ovens, and Ovens again goes to the basket, doesn't fall. Love has Hamer. Clears the ball, back into Love. Dishes over to White. And a 3-second violation will go against GB. So both teams scoring under their average so far, but that shows the tough defense that they both play. They come up against a really evenly matched team in both opponents, as Munro Cook gets the bounce and takes Australia to 12. So congratulations to Australia. They finish 3-0, unbeaten in the group stages, and they will be playing the 4th place team in Group B in the knockout stages, as we will cross over between groups. Big game from them, 12-7, Australia over Great Britain. And coming up next, we will have the Group B games. It will be Spain and Kenya at 1:10, and then at 1:35, South Africa against Canada. So stay tuned to the IWBF YouTube channel. We'll be back with you very shortly.
and gentlemen, as we prepare for the next contest between Spain and Kenya, first to take the floor, the ladies from Spain. Introducing at jersey number 6, Sonia Ruiz. At number 9, Sarah Rebuela. At number 11, Virginia Gray. At number 55, Isabel Davis Lopez. Give it up for Spain. Coming in next, it's the ladies from Kenya. Introducing at number 4, Joyce Ambassa. And number 8, Rahel Ekot Allah. And number 10, Caroline Wajila.
Welcome back into the Superbowl here in Sun City. We have got the final games in Group B, and coming up it is Spain and Kenya, as Kenya take to the floor. Their first time on the world stage. They had losses to Canada and a narrow loss yesterday to South Africa, where they battled to the very end. They've been building their 3x3 experience, and Rahel Ekot has been a threat from mid-range. Caroline Wanjira, Joyce Ambassa and Beth Wanja all featured in the Commonwealth Games team in 2022, with Ambassa and Wanja part of the training camp squad, and Wanjira and Arkos making the final team. For Spain, they had a win against South Africa and a loss to Canada yesterday. They'll be looking to secure seeding as we head into the quarterfinals, currently sat in second place behind Canada. They are the reigning 3x3 Europe Cup champions, who won gold last year in Austria and are looking to build on the success of that programme. Sonia Ruiz, Sarah Revuelta, Virginia Perez and Isabel Lopez all also represented Spain at the Paris Paralympics last year, where they finished in 8th place. So teams on the floor, Spain playing in white and Kenya in red, and it is Spain possession for the first shot. Doesn't fall for Perez. Arkos looks to clear the ball for Kenya. Needs to get it over the arc. Teams have to clear the ball before they can take a shot on the defensive rebound. Time will expire and a shot clock violation. So Spain will get it back. Ruiz to Revuelta, going inside, shots too strong. Tips by Wanja, but Spain come away with it. Arkos has done a really good job under the basket for Kenya this competition, securing those rebounds for her team. As Perez over to Ruiz, back to Perez, under the basket, gets the foul, so Perez will go to the line for a shot. In 3x3, a foul on the shot is one free throw. Hit that 7 foul mark when they wouldn't shoot 2 regardless of the situation. Teams have been very, very disciplined foul-wise so far, as we've seen today and yesterday. No one reaching that 17 foul limit. And again, Arkos grabs another rebound for Kenya. Ambassa looking to find some space. Perez picks the ball off. And Revuelta cutting to the basket, banks it in off the glass. And Barca to Arkoth. And ball goes out of bounds as Rahel Arkoth, a really strong wheelchair racer for Kenya. She won the Standard Chartered Nairobi Marathon in the 21 kilometer category in 2023. As Spain look to add to their total here, can't get it to go. Revuelta banks it in, another shot for Spain. And a good rebound there from Rueth, able to get the ball over to her teammate. Wanja, ball's intercepted. Revuelta out to Rueth. Perez fading away, that's good. And Perez and Lopez for Spain. Lopez currently on the bench at the moment, but two strong threats scoring inside, exactly in that position, just underneath the basket. Do a really good job of that as we have a 3-second call inside. 7:50 to go. It's a 3-0 Spain lead. Kenya making their debut on the world stage as Revuelta cutting to the basket. Layup won't go, but Arkoth with another rebound for Kenya. You see how she positions herself so well to get those boards. Perez, and that's good. Spain up to 4 points here. Arkoth into Wanja. Wanja won't go. Rebounds chased down by Perez. Rueth into the cutting Revuelta. And that connection between Rueth and Revuelta, we've seen it on display whenever these players are out on the court. Revuelta has that roll to the rim, finds those lanes, weaves through the traffic, and she's such a good finisher around the basket. A big thank you to everybody watching live on the IWBF YouTube channel. We have all the action from across this weekend. We've had one brilliant day of basketball yesterday. You can go back and watch any of the games that you might have missed or relive some of your favourite ones. As Perez passes to Revuelta, too strong, gets her own rebound, but it's taken away by Wanja. As the ball will go off Kenya, so Spain will get it back. This is the last game of the group stages in Group B, with Spain taking on Kenya. Spain with a 5-0 lead. The knockouts will take place from 4:30 today. The quarterfinals will be set after the last 2 games in the Group B stage. Currently Canada topping the table in Group B, with Spain in 2nd place. South Africa in 3rd and Kenya in 4th currently. So teams back out on the floor. Perez under the basket, too short, gets her a rebound, cleaning up the glass, puts the ball back in the hoop for Spain. And we'll have a substitution for Kenya as Caroline Wanjira comes into the game. Flag bearer for Kenya at the 3x3 Commonwealth Games last year in 2022. Time doesn't go that quickly. In 2022 she was the flag bearer for Kenya, and it's a great representation of Kenyan basketball. She's doing absolutely fantastic work in Nairobi, along with the Kenya Wheelchair Basketball Federation, to help provide wheelchairs to women, get them involved in the game of basketball, to empower them, give them opportunities on the floor. So Spain ball. Oh, apologies, Kenya ball. As Arkoth will take it from the top. Nope, we are going Spain ball. I was 50-50. So it is Spain ball. Perez. Long shot is good! Spain up to 7. There's ball pressured there by Ruiz. And Spain will get it back. We saw Spain yesterday in the games that they played. They really like to kind of clog the top of the arc and make it really difficult for their opponents to get through, to break through towards the basket. A really strong defensive team. Can you have it? Ball's knocked away and it's loose. Out of bounds, but it will go with Spain. And you saw Revuelta there, Ruiz there, just making it difficult for Kenya to get to the ball, just blocking them. Spain can have possession. Ruiz to Lopez. Perez. Perez's shot is, a 3-second call, so Perez's shot is waved off. Intercepts the ball for Spain as Ruiz go into the basket, too far underneath, and the basket is waved off. Foul will be called on the floor, goes against Kenya. So coming up next we have South Africa against Canada in the final game of the group stage in Group B. And then following on from that, at 2 o'clock, John Hobbs will be back with the men's knockout games, starting with Slovenia and Austria. Ruiz working against Wanjira. Ball's loose, picked up by Revuelta, 4 seconds. Ruiz with 1 second, shots up, and foul on the shot, so she will go to the line. And Ruiz, a 2-time Paralympian in Tokyo and Paris. Been at the World Championships in Hamburg in 2018 and Dubai in 2022. In Dubai, she was averaging 4.9 points per game, 4.6 assists, and had a huge 18 points and 12 assists against Canada. As Perez under the basket, gets it to go. 5:29 to play here. Kenya looking to get on the scoreboard. L to the C. Isabel Lopez check in for Virginia Perez. My apologies. Virginia Perez going to the bench after scoring so many points for Spain underneath the hoop. Ruiz finds Revuelta, and that's good. Spain up to 9 points. Wanjira under pressure as Arkoth looking to get free, and a 3-second call goes against Kenya. Spain will have possession. Lopez to Ruiz. Back into Lopez, going to the basket. Hits. And basket is good. And Lopez will get another shot here at the foul line. So an and one opportunity here for Spain. Lopez, a player that's played in Italy, represented Spain at the European Championships, winning bronze in 2021. Playing in the European Championships when they were held in the Netherlands in 2023, which averaged 6 points a game. Shots off the rim, trying to chase down her rebound, can't quite get there in time. So Kenya will have it. So looking for their first score here with just under 5 minutes to play. Arkoth, hand shot bounces out. Rebound Spain. Ruiz into Lopez, that's good. Spain up 11-0 here with 4:36 to play. Wanjira looking for some help, working against Ruiz. 6 seconds, intercepted by Lopez. And Lopez finds Ruiz going to the basket. Spain up to 12. Ball will go out of bounds and Spain will have it back. Revuelta. Great screen there from Lopez as Revuelta finds a way to the basket. Adds another for Spain. Wanjira. And a foul called on the floor will be the first against Spain. And we'll have a timeout. So a 13-0 lead for Spain over Kenya. 3:53 to play here in this Group B game. Coming up after this game at 1:35 we will have Canada and South Africa. As you can see there, Spain have been so effective at scoring underneath the basket. Revuelta showing exactly what we're talking about there as she goes to the basket, and Sarah Revuelta was playing at the 3x3 at the FISU World University Games in Germany just a couple of weeks ago, finishing it with silver for the Spanish team. Had 4 offensive rebounds in that final against Germany, where they lost in overtime. They absolutely battled in that game, with the 3x3 experience being gained by Revuelta in that competition, bringing it back to her teammates here on the floor in Sun City. Going to be really valuable, and I think you can see that out on the floor, the experience and energy that she brings when she's out on the court. It will be a Kenya ball from the top. Carolyn Wanjira, and ball's intercepted by Revuelta. Quick pass in to Lopez, too strong off the glass, gets her own rebound though. Can't finish the second time, but third time will go. Wanjira under pressure from Revuelta, and time will run down. Lopez with another interception. Revuelta roll into the basket, doing what she does best out there on the court for Spain. Arkoth with 1 second, has to put something up. 12-second violation, so Spain will have it with 3 minutes to play. Ruiz. Lopez rolls to the basket, gets it to drop. As an out of bounds Kenya ball. We'll go back with Spain. Spain, a team that finished 8th in the Paris Paralympics last year. I'm getting my years mixed up. Last year was the Paris 2024 Paralympics. Spain finishing in 8th place, gaining a huge amount of experience out there on the floor. As Lopez, shots too strong, gets her own rebound, working her way to the basket. A tough finish there for Lopez. As Kenya still looking for their first score. Ruiz for Spain, takes it up to 18. A reminder, in 3x3 is the winner. The winner is leading after 10 minutes of play, or whoever hits 21 first. Arkoth, ball goes out of bounds. As it does, a shot clock violation. So Spain ball. Rueth there telling his teammates, you've got to talk, you've got to communicate out there on court. As you can see, there is no head coach, so teams are coaching themselves. Extra pass to Revuelta and sinks it. Spain are 2 away from 21. Lopez. Revuelta, that's good. That takes Spain up to 20. Just have a stop on the floor. 1:45 to play. Kenya will have possession. Basser takes it for Kenya. Finds Arkoth. Arkoth spinning against Revuelta on the baseline. 3 seconds, shots up and won't fall. Chased down by Rueth. And the next shot will win it for Spain. Into Lopez. Lopez will get it. And congratulations to Spain. 21-0 over Kenya. 1:25 still left on the clock, but first to 21 wins, and Spain will do it. So they move to 2 wins and 1 loss in Group B. We will confirm the standings for you when we have them set, but that will be a really strong position for Spain. Had the loss to Canada yesterday. Canada topping Group B. And Spain may possibly have secured themselves into second with that win, but we'll have to wait and see what the other results are today when South Africa play Canada. And for Kenya, a team gaining that experience in 3x3. They've been really hustling out there on the floor. So we'll be back with South Africa and Canada very shortly. Teams are lining up now as they're getting ready to take to the floor. But we have the pools set and the standings set for Group A. So in first place it is Australia with 3 wins from 3. Great Britain in second place after that loss to Australia just before this game. Switzerland in third place and South Africa in fourth. So when we reach the quarterfinals at 4:30 today, the teams will cross over between groups. Australia will play the 4th place team in Group B. Great Britain will play the 3rd place team in Group B. Switzerland will play the 2nd place team. And South Africa in 4th will play the 1st place team in Group B. And Canada coming into this game, they can secure the top spot with a win. Canada are currently 2-0 in Group B. welcome back into the Super Bowl here in Sun City as we get ready for the final Group B game in the group stages. South Africa against Canada. As South Africa come out onto the floor in their white jerseys. They are 1-1 in the group stages. A win against Kenya 5-4 yesterday and a loss to Canada. They're a young team continuing to gain experience as all 4 players represented at the Under-25 World Championships in 2023, building on those connections on the court. And that's going to put them in a good position going forward. As Samkela Siwe Mbata, Zukiswa Ganza, Ngezwa Hagu and Afilili Hachlisile out there representing for South Africa. And we will see Canada take to the floor 2-0 in the group stages. A win will see them top Group B if they can go unbeaten. Wins against Spain and Kenya yesterday. They are the highest scoring team in the competition. Katie Dandano, Elodie Tessia, Tamara Steves and Puisan Lai are showing why Canada are the reigning 3x3 Commonwealth Games champions, with 3 players from that team on the floor this weekend. They have scoring threats from all over and are expecting to go far in the knockout games. So Canada playing in black and South Africa in white. As the teams have the coin flip for possession. So no jump ball in 3x3. Possession is decided by the coin flip. The winner can decide whether they take the ball to start things off in regular time, and then if they want, they can decide, no, we want to take it in a potential overtime situation and give the ball to their opponent. So 3x3 is 10-minute games, 12-minute shot clocks. Shots outside the arc with 2 points, shots inside the arc worth 1. The teams take the floor in this final matchup of the group stages for Group B. And it will be Canada possession to start things off. Dandano goes to the basket, hits the first shot for Canada, and Katie Dandano, that is what she does. You want scoring. Katie Dandano is on the other end of the line as she gets the basket, fading away and puts it in. 2 quick baskets for Canada and Dandano. As ball is picked up by South Africa. Hagu has it. Onangezwa Hagu, a really strong rebounder throughout this competition for South Africa. We saw it out there on display and in that win against Kenya. Making a real difference out there on the floor for her team. A really exciting young player. As Dandano for Canada doesn't get that one to drop as the ball goes back the way of South Africa. It's a 2-0 lead for Canada here early on. Hagu, 4 seconds on the shot clock, that's short. And Canada will have it. And Ongezwa Hagu represented South Africa at the first African Para Games in 2023 in 5x5, where she brought home the silver medal. Certainly a player to watch out there on the floor for South Africa. As the shot doesn't go at the rim for Canada. South Africa chasing down the ball, and it's Hagu again with possession. And time runs out. 12-second shot clocks. It goes very quick. The team has to, if you're rebounding the ball, you have to clear it across the arc before you can take it up to score. Dandano runs into traffic. Fading away, hits! And Dandano with a tough basket, fading away under pressure. Doesn't matter. She's going to come up with the score for Canada. Dandano, a 2-time Paralympian. An incredibly accomplished player out there on the court. As 12 seconds ticks off the clock and Canada will have it back. Tessia. Tessia using the screen from Dandino. Great move to the basket as she finishes. And we've seen Tessia do that. She's a player that likes to set the screens for her teammates, but also she can roll to the basket, finds those lanes. As Canada take it from the top. A win will see them top Group B. Tessia to the basket. That's short. And Barter for South Africa. Looking to get free. 2 seconds against Dandino. That's a tough shot. Won't go. And Dandino with the rebound. Into Tessia. Scoops it up and in. Takes Canada up to 5. Hargu. Shot won't fall. Chased down by Dandino. She'll try from range. Not that time. Ball's tipped. And into the hands of Mbata. Hargu. From the foul line. Doesn't go. Canada will get it back. .7:03 to play here. Dandino going to the basket, finds space, and takes Canada up to 6. Tessia tries to intercept it, ball will go out of bounds. And we'll have a timeout on the floor. Canada up 6-0 here, 6:52 to play. So a big thank you to everybody watching live on the IWBF YouTube channel. We'll be here all weekend bringing you all the action from across the games. We've got an absolutely fantastic setup here in Sun City. If you're in the area, come on down to the venue. If you're in Johannesburg and you want to drive, come on down. An absolutely fantastic showcase of the talent across the world out on display on this court. This is the court from the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham in 2022 that players are using this weekend. An absolutely brilliant court. And we're back underway. It will be Canada possession. So Tessia will take it from the top for Canada. Dandino. Dandino, it's up and won't drop. Hargu with a rebound. Back to Hargu on the baseline. Hits and we'll get South Africa on the board. What a tough shot as Dandino answers for Canada. Canada, the highest scoring team in the competition with 17.5 points per game over their games yesterday. Hargu, that one doesn't go. Dandino secures the ball for Canada. Dishes over to Tessia, who gets the foul called, so Elodie Tessia will go to the line for a free throw. Tessia playing in the Canadian Women's Basketball Wheelchair League. Finished in second place last season. As Hargu, same spot, can't get the same result. As Puissant Lai has checked into the game for Canada for the first time. Dandino to Tessia. Scoop layup, won't go, gets her own rebound, cleaning up the glass and taking Canada up to 8 points. Mbata to Hargu. Hargu doesn't drop. Tessia with the rebound. Good ball movement here from Canada as Lai cuts inside, banks it in. Puissant Live playing for the Rhine River Rhinos in Germany this season. Again, another really experienced player out there on court for Canada. These players have played together for so many different competitions throughout the years, and it really shows on the court how connected they are and how that experience really translates. Having played in the 5x5 game, bringing that over to 3x3, both very different games, but building their skills in each of the individual games. As we have Filili Haklisile in for South Africa out on court. Hagu where's the ball? Up against Lai. Hagu dishing inside Mbata. And that was a great look there from Mbata. Driving to the basket. Hagu sees her teammate, sees she's in a good position. Will get the ball back. It's a 9-1 Canada lead. 4:43 to play. Lai to Steves. Dandanu putting to the hoop. And Canada up to 10 points here. Hagu guarded by Dandano. 2 seconds. Has to put something up. She will at the buzzer. And that'll be a violation. Lai from the elbow, that's good! And ball goes out of bounds. Canada possession, they're up to 11. It's the first to 21, or whoever is leading after 10 minutes of play. Lai finds Steves. Steves from the mid-range, nothing but net. And Tamara Steves getting in on the scoring action for Canada. Hagu. 1 second from range. Won't go. Steves with the rebound. Canada looking to increase their total here. Lai. Steves with space. Balls knocked away. Good hands there from Hagu. And a timeout is called. 3:33 to play. Canada leading 12-1. And a win for Canada would see them go unbeaten in the group stage. Would mean they would finish 3-0 and top Group B, which would lead to a matchup with the 4th placed team in Group A, who is South Africa. And their team in Group A. South Africa with 2 teams in this competition, 1 in each group. And we're back out on the floor, so South Africa ball. Hagu. Off the rim, chased down by Lai. Lai, the wheelchair basketball Canada's female athlete of the year a couple of years ago in 2023, as Steves again hits the shot for Canada. And Barter intercepted by Steves. Canada get it back. Tessia to Lai. Thought about the shot, passes back to Tessia. And Steves going to the basket. Oh, it rolls out, gets her own rebound. And doesn't fall. There's a foul called on the shot. So Tamara Steves goes to the foul line. Free throw to come here for Steves. Represented Canada at the World Championships in Toronto, and she won a gold medal back in 2014 at Dubai in 2022. She was part of the first ever women's under-25 national team in 2011, and only started playing 3 years before that in 2008. So an absolutely incredible talent out there on the floor for Canada, as Steves Yes, it's a Tessier. Tessier, 1 second, has to put something up, does. Too strong, rebound Hagu. Ganza, back to Hagu against Lai. Tessier, and too strong, is going to go out of bounds. I think we had a whistle though before the ball did. So foul goes against South Africa. That puts them on 3 team fouls. Canada will take it from the top. Tessier. Back round to Lai. Steves is there. Guarded by Hagu and off the rim. Good D from Hagu. Gets the rebound for South Africa. Hagu dishing inside and a great shot there from Ganza. Takes South Africa to 2. Lai from the foul line, doesn't drop. Another big rebound for Hagu. How many times has she done that this weekend? As the ball's knocked away by Steves. Steves takes it to the basket, gets it to drop. Canada up 15 to 2 here, 1:23 to play. Hagu. Too strong. South Africa with the offensive rebound. But ball didn't hit the rim, so shot clock didn't reset. Ball has to hit the rim for the 12-second shot clock to reset. In that case, it didn't, so Canada will have possession. Canada looking to secure top place in Group B. There's the long shot from Steves, doesn't fall. South Africa will have it. 1:09 to play. Hagu. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Hagu looks for some space. Steves putting the pressure on defensively. South Africa having to put something up there as the shot clock was winding down. Steves off the rim. (15 to 2). 46.9 seconds to go. Canada in control here. Looking for that top spot in Group B. Hagu working against Lai. 1 second. And that'll be too late. So Canada will have the ball back, and as it stands at the moment, Canada will be playing South Africa across the groups there. Teams in Group A and Group B, so Canada will be playing the South Africa team in Group A. And Tessier hits for Canada, up to 16 points. Ball will go out of bounds, so Canada will be finishing in first place in Group B. That means they play the team in fourth in Group A, which is South Africa, and they're 18. Tessier from mid-range gets it to go. So South Africa will get it back. 5.5 seconds on the clock. Two seconds, shots up, and that's good! Will count at the buzzer. Ongezwa Hagu with another big shot for South Africa, but Canada take the win 17 to 3. They will top Group B, and they will be facing South Africa in the who finished in fourth in Group A. That game will take place at 5:45 today. So that will do it for us here for the women's session until 4:30. Next up is John Hobbs with the men's knockout games. Slovenia taking on Austria.